to the Tomb of Annihilation. If you're just joining us, I have with me Aldous, Mark, Nicholas, and Joseph. Intrepid adventurers attempting to brave the jungles of Chult. Last time, they had not exactly participated, but definitely had a hand in a dinosaur race that resulted in a cacophony of destruction and damage and death. At which the end of the result of that is money was changed hands, some wins, some losses, and maybe a new friend. We last left our heroes at the top of this promenade, about to enter into Jobal's villa, being led there by none other than Volothamp himself.
I thought it was Okanga's villa.
It's full of Jobal's. Was there Okanga? There's no Okanga.
I thought it was Jobal.
It's Jobal. There is no Okanga.
Wait,
thought it
I
was
wrote down
Bilbo's
who it
villa.
was.
Okay.
Okanga Ofama.
It was Wakandu Adamu.
Oh,
That's what I said.
Okanga.
That's what
No,
I said.
it wasn't.
It's what he meant.
What he meant, but not what he said.
You gotta read between the lines. It's
Do
character
I?
development.
Do I? Okay.
It's subtext.
Uh-huh. I really...
It's a bold storytelling tactic only Niels can pull off.
Right, sure. Okay, so, I apologize.
Nikki does
Wakanga...
it well.
Wakanga Otamu
Da.
is where you hint.
Before
No,
it's Wakanda.
Ga. Wakanga, sorry.
Ga?
Ga.
I need to
Wakanga-
edit my notes.
Wakanga Otamu is where you are headed.
Otamu?
Otamu.
I've got Otamu. I'm glad we sorted this out before I talked to him.
Yeah, that's good.
Yeah, before we're face to face with greatness and it's strange.
Yes.
I don't even know.
My friend. Volo's leading you into this villa at this
It's
moment.
staring at a merchant prince.
As he does so, I'm going to move you guys. I'm going to move you on the map to Merchant Prince Villa.
Every time I look at my
Holy
notes,
shit, this villa's black.
Monte,
That's
every
because
time
there's
I look
very
at my
small
notes-
amount of it you can see.
Also, it's huge.
It is very huge, yes.
I want a villa like that. Oh wait, there we are.
There you are, down at the bottom corner, along with the little camera bot. Don't move the camera bot. Please don't move the camera bot.
Am I fucking sights?
My roll 20 froze.
So, did it really?
Yeah.
Okay, reload it. We'll wait.
Well, who are these topless weirdos?
I will explain that when Monto fixes his roll 20.
Do they have cobwebs on them?
No,
They're not
Maybe-
alive.
Touch.
need to zoom in. They are alive.
Where's Volo?
I need to move him, actually. He is
Ooh,
with you.
question. Is this thing grid aligned?
It is.
Because he bought it.
I bought it, yeah, so it better be.
It's stuck on randomizing dice rolls.
What?
It shouldn't have adverts anyway.
It shouldn't have adverts,
No, wait.
no.
Here we go.
It shouldn't have like a loading thing
It-
because Brad
it's-
is paid.
Yeah, it's just probably because it takes a while because of all the stuff it's trying to load. There's a lot of stuff on this map. And the map itself is huge, so that's probably a large part of
It's
it.
finally loaded. It takes forever to try and scroll.
Yeah, you need to find that thing. Did you turn off hardware acceleration by chance?
What? I didn't even know it was on or off. I didn't change anything about it.
Okay, it's probably on then. Right. Volo leads you into a large villa. It is an airy, opulent mansion. It is humongous. Adorned outside the walls are what look like little flames, but they don't seem to be burning anything. There are small, just floating orbs of flame burning ever continuously. And the number of swords line the walls above the doors as you enter into the villa. There's also there's a large number of, as you enter into this entryway, there is a huge, rug, ornate in design, all on the floor underneath you as you step onto the plush, giving ever so slightly. The smell is lovely. It has that same smell from the House of Gentle Repose. That insect repellent kind of smell. Inside the entryway is a pleasant, breezy, tiled courtyard just beyond the rug. It includes a small... I'm going to move you. Okay. There are paintings, statues, murals, frescoes, and tapestry, and oil lamps all around you. It is an opulent place of wealth and riches beyond your means currently. 2 imposing gladiators stand either side of the further entrances into the villa. They eye Volo cautiously and suspiciously, but nod him through. This way, my friends.
I follow him.
Ushers you through into the next room. You should be able to move, I think.
What are those flames?
Make a Arcana check. You can move in on your own, I think.
I can try.
It's not very good with doors.
Do you need me to move you, Monto?
No, I mean, unless
in
I
here.
haven't moved on your screen yet.
Okay, you have, yeah.
Joe's is chilling.
Yeah. So as you enter into the main entryway, it's a pleasant, breezy, tiled courtyard. It includes a splashing fountain and green plants. The smell of the water wafts through here. In a place that views water as such value, this person must be wealthy. To your left is a small washroom. You can see the door slightly open, and Volo heads over there to kind of clean. So, must get the dirt from the hands first before we speak to Wakanga. He heads over there. He washes his hands. You hear the splashing of water, and then he comes back and is drying his hands on a cloth, red. Places it on the ground. A servant comes by and grabs and picks it up from the ground and wrings it dry over a pot and scurries off. Yes, they saved the drippings here. A really interesting custom. I believe they give the water to the poor. What do you guys do?
I'm looking at pretty lights.
Just
Make an Arcana.
stand.
Did you make your Arcana check?
I
He
did.
made 19.
So Mark, as you're looking at these lights, and they're beautiful in their design in terms of the way they just float there, you realize this must be a continual flame spell. But the amount you're seeing is quite impressive in order to maintain this many at the same time. They seem to sit in sconces, just floating there. Aldous and Joseph, you haven't moved in.
What?
Oh, Joseph has.
Joseph has.
Oh, Mark
Mark.
hasn't. Sorry, I
Mark's
saw a lizard.
rainbow. Alright, that has to stop.
Too racist.
One of them is
Mark's
a
not a
fucking
lizard.
kobold.
That's true. That's true. Mark, are you gonna enter into the room as well?
The racism here.
Mark's gonna make some few remarks to the guards saying how cool the lights are, and then he's going to walk in.
Guards just eye you suspiciously as you walk in. My friends, Wakanga, he waits over there in the sitting room. To your right, you see just about. I lost my pen.
What's
That's a shame.
the ceiling like?
The man with the big lips.
Yeah, the one over there on the right, Wakanga.
Who wouldn't say that to his face?
Avin, what's the ceiling like in this place? Does it have a ceiling? It's like
in-
an outdoors open roof kind of thing.
It is where you are right now. It just goes up and up, and there are tapestries that hang and kind of seem to come together. 4 of them in a point, red and blue, and kind of a single, kind of like what's the word for it? Like a
Canopy.
yeah, a canopy. And they hang over the top of you. This area of the bit is open. Yeah, it looks like from where you
that
are.
was inside my brain, whoever poured that.
Thank you.
It looks like this is like a mezzanine. You can see up into like an upper area, but you can't quite see what's up there at the moment. My friends, we must go speak to our patron.
To Akanga, right?
To Wakanga Otamu, yes. Come. He's a great purveyor of my books.
Alright, I'm just gonna follow, kind of like in stunned awe.
He leads you over to the sitting room on the right-hand side. There are decorative columns that support the arched doorway from the area you've just come into. Large, ornate things that look like they are both decorative and functional. Every effort has been made to make this place beautiful in every way, but functional. There are narrow windows that look out into the gardens beyond. Lush, beautiful things, plants. Some of you recognize from your homes, others from far-flung reaches. Things that you would never have seen before, or would thought possible to exist in this jungle environment. The heat sweltering. You also make me a perception check, all of you.
Is it sunlight?
No,
You have
are not
an
in sunlight.
umbrella.
You are not in sunlight right now. You do not get disadvantage.
Yeah, but the umbrella doesn't help me noticing things that are in sunlight, Monte.
That's true, but it does help you with
I
things
thought
like
I thought you only have disadvantage while you're in the sunlight.
No, I'm
Both.
also like when looking at bright things.
God damn it, I opened Mark's sheet instead of my own now.
Wait, you can?
No, but
you could open it and
Set
see the
them
front
up.
bit.
this is a high stat.
It is a good front bit.
16! Nice.
So everyone but Aldous, you notice that the windows might have a more sinister purpose. They are more likely they double as arrow slits. So while the building is beautiful and opulent, it also hides, much like a rose, thorns.
So it's like a fortress.
I mean, you can just shoot out of a window.
The arrow slits are different.
You can't shoot into. Oh, you can shoot into a window too.
What? See me try.
So
I pat my gun.
as you enter into the room, Wakanga greets you. My friends, welcome. Well, I'm not doing that. That's really offensive. My friends, welcome. And as he says that, he broadens his hands. You see that Wakanga, I think there's a thing for him, actually. Let me see if I can find him. 'cause I think
If
there's a
it
hand.
comes up with fucking Knuckles' face.
It is not coming up with Knuckles' face. Fucking hell. I think there's a handout for him.
Oh my brothers.
There is, yeah. Here we go. There we go. This is what Wakanga Otamu looks like. He's very opulently
Oh,
dressed.
Wakanga.
Wakanga
Oh.
Otamu.
Oh my god.
Large
Does he have
beard
this like kind of gilded lips?
Yeah, the
Uh,
gold lips, yo.
They look like they are painted. From the description of him, he has a number of earrings,
Yeah,
and
it's a painted
each of
picture
the
of him.
each of the rings is
Maybe they
actually
painted silver.
yeah, each of the rings is gold. It is not fake, or at least from your eyes, these are solid gold rings that adorn his beard. The necklace he wears is also gold, inlaid with what looks like symbols of, from what you recognize, Joseph. This is ancient Chaldean as well, around his neck, and a long, dark kind of robe adorns his body. Welcome, my friends.
It's like a Sith without a
Volo,
hood.
you may leave us. Right?
But I thought
Okay.
he wanted to see you.
I wished to see the new adventurers in my villa.
Oh, okay.
And Volo goes, right? Okay, fine. And he leaves. Right. Now that we are in private, we can discuss business and other important matters. I know why you are here. You seek to end the death curse, as all others have attempted. What can Wakanga do to aid in this endeavor? I am somewhat sympathetic to your cause.
Have you ever been revived?
No. But some of my friends have. And there are whispers that I wish to address.
Well, what we really need is a plan. Like, where should we start? What's been charted? What hasn't? Local maps of the area.
Local maps are hard to come by. Although from what I've gained from my spies, it is very possible you have the most complete map of Chult known to date.
You've been spying on us then.
I spy on everyone. It is part of my purview.
Do you spy on the old lady in the Gentle Repose? What's the name of that place again?
I know of who you speak. Occasionally. She is a curiosity.
Does she
Yes.
ever sleep?
No. That is why she is a curiosity. But there are a great many creatures who do not rest. It is not of great concern.
Is there anything you don't see?
Many things. I deal in
Like the
magical...
attacks on the village?
Ah, yes. No, the zombies and undead are difficult to predict. They attack at random and whatever their bellies tell them to. They have no true leader.
That reminds me. There was supposed to be mercenaries fighting them. We didn't see any mercenaries. We didn't get
We
any
didn't
help.
see any guards fighting them either.
The guards would have been instructed not to help. The mercenaries, on
But
the
they-
other hand,
Oh.
they're not my people. I run a very small section of the city. I deal in magical items and lore. I do not deal with the mercenaries or the guard. That would be Jobal. And he has his hands full with other problems currently. What? What do you giggle about?
So what you're saying is you don't know where we should start.
I do know. You should start with a guide. Unfortunately, I cannot assist you in procuring one, as that is under Jobal's purview as well. What I can...
Can you not give us one of your spies? Because they seem to be competent.
They are not guides. They are spies. They are good at hiding and sneaking about in a city. In the
But have they
jungles
spotted any guides?
There are a few that they have picked out. One I believe you've already met. The lizard-like creature. The one who smells.
No, that's Joseph. I don't think he took a bath yet.
Not him. The one who communicates with smells.
As fascinating as that sounds, I'm sure a guide that we could more easily communicate with would be preferable.
Agreed. There are a number I would recommend. But you would need to speak to Jobal regardless. Because he controls their income. They must pay him. It is part of being a merchant prince. He controls the guides and the mercenaries. I control magic.
Ooh. Does that mean you have a library full of magic? And books? And scrolls?
I do have a
Yeah.
library. And I am not above letting you use it to research what you can, but I've been researching the death curse for quite a while, and I have not found much of anything.
So how much of a cut do you get from the sale of rip-off magic items?
I do not sell rip-off magic items, and I resent that sentiment.
Oh,
I sell-
so the creepy woman selling rip-off magic items down the street wasn't yours?
Creepy woman. He looks.
Yeah, mama.
When you mention.
woman.
Okay, go Niels.
Mami Popo.
What did you say her name was?
Wasn't it? It was Mami Popo, right?
Nanny
Nicholas?
Popo, yes. She wanted my fingers.
You are lucky to be alive, my friends. You ran into Nanny Poo Poo and lived.
I'm sure many people are running in since she's sitting in the middle of your fucking markets.
She does not sit in the markets for very long. She moves about quite a lot. She is a legend in this area. She is exceedingly dangerous. However, she is also rumored to be one of the few who can return a person to life if they should fall in battle right now, through a dark magical ritual that I do not know. That she was in the
Even
city at
through the
all.
death curse.
Even through the death curse. Or that is the rumor, supposedly.
That's cool.
I don't think it's cool. It
She
sounds...
tried to sell me. She tried to sell me stones.
If that's all
Pretty
she
shiny
did,
one.
then you are lucky, my friend. Nanny Poo Poo is a dangerous creature. I do not even know
You
if
say
she is
creature
human.
as if- fair.
No. She is a thing. A witch doctor of some kind. Most of the rumors I hear about her are not favorable. But to seek a guide, you must speak to Jobal, or find them yourselves. They will help you.
For a price, I'm guessing.
They all have their price.
Well, we don't really have the means.
We're a little new here. I'm
Some
new to
of
all
them,
this.
some of them require things like a portion of the treasure you find. Not all require everything.
That, like, if we find a book, they want the first page? Or...
More like they require the amount of gold. But there is one I would recommend, if you can find her. And he rummages through a piece of paper, or a stack of paper on his right, and produces a small... That's not the right handout.
He's got like a stack of paper. I thought it was just like chilling in some rugs.
He is chilling in some rugs, but he's got like a little stack of like what look like missives and things on his, like, to his left, and he's pulled out one. Echo. She will help you. This is the information I have on her. I can also sell you a number of magical items that I have in my treasury.
We, as I said, we don't really have much on the terms of funds.
These
It says here that she
library.
wants 150 gold up front. I think the best decision I can make is the same thing I do with all my crafting, Joseph. I think we should just dive in and see what happens. My legs are getting tired just standing around here anyway.
I'm not sure that sounds like the best idea. Maybe we should peruse the library first. There could be some useful information about the local flora and fauna.
Yeah, we got like know how to survive, right?
I hate looking at the past. Oh, fine.
So you spend some time in the library. Make me
Thank you, sir.
It
What
will
about-
come
We're going to
with something.
peruse your library and gain some history.
There's this way. Where is the library?
It's a little room next to the toilet.
It's not.
Well, it should be. What if you need to go to the toilet after, like, reading a book?
You need to go to the toilet after reading a book.
Oh, while
You put it
reading, it's the
down.
best place to read.
That's why you need to give the first page to someone.
Hold on. Let me grab all you guys.
I'm
I'm making a break for it.
Am I supposed to be able to see the bottom right thing?
Please don't look
Bottom right.
Also, when I scroll sideways, the shadows move in a really weird way,
What?
like the dynamic light.
How?
Okay, you should be able to see over to the right hand side now.
What? Oh, top right.
Yeah, top right. That is the library.
That's a long
Is it
distance.
upstairs?
It's
I
not.
want
It's
to know the
upstairs.
passage we took to get here.
It's actually just upstairs. It's like literally you go up the stairs that are in the main hallway, and
Oh,
then
okay.
it's right in front of you.
Whoa, it's all gone grey down there. That's
Yeah.
weird.
Yeah, it's because of not dynamic lighting, but what's it called? Advanced fog of war.
Does my Strad have that?
Yes, it does.
Oh, epic.
It is. Wakonga's here as well. He's kind of led you up here. This is the library. You may peruse it if you wish to do so. There are books on every single wall of this area. As you kind of run your fingers over it, a lot of these are mostly things like mythical romance, stirring tales about legendary heroes who you recognize some of the titles as you're kind of like going through. But make me intelligence checks, investigation. Sorry.
I'm not looking at anything.
Okay, so you're just standing there, kind of like waiting for everyone else to kind of finish.
I'm gonna, those kind of like singing balls that you can get.
Yeah,
I'm gonna do that with 2 of my bullets, just kind of.
yeah, bring them around. Yeah. Wow. Okay, so Aldous and Mark, you going through find a number of useful books on Choltean lore, kind of mixed in with the romances. You find that there are a number of locations listed within there. 2 that recognize you kind of go, ooh. One is called the Heart of Ubtao, which is a legendary place within Chult that is said to be the heart of the god Ubtao, who used to rule over this area. And see, it was Aldous. So that's what Mark found. Aldous, you find lore and history on something called the Splintering, and it details somebody coming to Chult, shattering the order of gods that existed here, the order of the 9 trickster gods of Omu, and establishing himself in the lost city of Omu. It doesn't detail where the city is, but this person, whoever they were, it doesn't go into enough detail for you, managed to seal the 9 trickster gods and lock them away somewhere. It also details the idea that perhaps if somebody were to find these 9 trickster gods, they would be helpful in dealing with whatever problems that the person who released them were to find. You also notice that as you're kind of wandering around, the window in front of to lead outward is also another arrow slit. It is not just a window.
So,
Well
like,
defended here, aren't you?
it doesn't say anything about where
Indeed.
these trickster gods are at all.
It says that they are most likely contained, they were most likely sealed in the lost city of Omu.
You get a lot of incursions.
Occasionally. We are merchant princes, after all. All the villas are very similar. And there are people who wish to see us harm. Occasionally. It is not a... It is... Would you leave your jewels unguarded, for instance? Would you leave them without defenses?
Well, I don't
You
really
make a
have
fair
any
point.
jewels.
It's a very different place here to what I'm used to.
I have worked many years to acquire the vast wealth required to be a merchant prince. And while
What
I
happened
cannot...
to the kings?
Port Nyanzaru had a king, or Chult had a king, a long, long time ago. Back when Ubtao ruled this area, the god Ubtao. But then the ancient Choltean kings, they were overthrown. And then we overthrew the overthrowers, and established ourselves as merchant princes. It is the nature of things.
And that king probably walks the jungle somewhere, undead, ready to eviscerate us.
It is possible. The undead are mostly the result of a creature called Rasnisi, a paladin of some note who attempted to use an undead army to rule this area once.
Is there any names of these trickster gods or anything?
I know a few. Ubolaka, Papa Zoto, and Unk. Each is different. Interesting. Ubalaka is nervous and obsessive. Papa Zultul is shrewd and conniving. And Ankh is self-absorbed and indecisive. Yes. Joseph, you basically have just found romance novels upon romance novels. You find one that details some of the, like, it starts to go into details on plants and flowers, and then it starts to, its uses in sexual encounters. You're like, damn it.
Eat that one.
What?
Get that one.
Face slightly red, I slide over.
While I'm looking around, there isn't. Can I see any more books on these or anything else? Like,
You've already kind of perused everything you can. You've kind of gone through it and found the ones that you think are valuable and things, and those are the only information you managed to locate. Maybe some of the other merchant princes have libraries that have other information, but this one seems to be exhausted at the moment.
There's not a lot of things about magic in your library.
No, most of what I know about magic is contained in here, and he touches his head. But I have a number of potions I could
what's
sell
in
you.
the hat?
Head. My head.
Not a lot of medicine either.
No, I have no need of
What are
medicine.
the 2-star objects on the map?
2-star objects. Hold on.
What do they represent?
I... Doesn't say. It doesn't say. I think I looked at it before and I was like, I think they're just pillars to hold up the ceiling.
It's just weird because bit of meta, but the statue of Strahd in the basement is marked with a star.
Yeah.
And I was like, is it? Could you see the star in yours?
Yeah, I don't know why it's like this. Because I can
maybe
see.
they were statues or something. I don't know.
Yeah. No, I can see
Alright,
what just drawn them as statues. I would have thought.
I slide that last book over to Nicholas, by the way.
Oh, the one with the aphrodisiac food items.
Yes. Yes, because he asked for it.
Mark's gonna dive back into the bookshelves, see if he can find anything on psionic.
So,
Make a-
Mr. Otamu,
Yes.
go ahead with Niels.
Okay. What do you? So you're looking for psionics. Make an investigation check again. No. You look through. You find nothing that even details even the slightest hint of anything psionic.
Sad looks on Mark's face now.
Okay. Yes. I didn't get your name.
It's Nicholas. Nehi.
Nicholas.
Hold out my hand.
He takes it. Good grip.
I kind of hold my sleeve down so my wrist isn't revealed. Shake his hand. So, you say you have spies.
Yes. In the city, mostly.
What can you tell me about this? And I unhinge my gun and hold it out.
I have seen one other like it. Man
That's
came
what I
through-
keep hearing.
Yes. A man came through here earlier, an adventuring party like yourself, bound for the jungle. He hired a guide. I think he hired... Did he hire... Oh, my memory is failing me. I believe he hired River Mist and Flask of Wine, 2 tabaxi,
And where are they stationed, please?
You can find them. If you speak to Jobel, he will know where they are. But they are Tabaxi minstrels. You can find them probably around if you ask in a pub. Either the House of Gentle Repose, or more likely, they probably work in the other establishment.
Ah, the lizard.
The Thundering Lizard.
Yeah, we poked our head in there. Our thoughts too. You guys done?
There is one thing I should mention, actually. I was reticent to mention it, but you did say that you are low on funds. There is a guide who would take you into the jungles, but he has conditions.
Go on.
Mental things or
The-
terms?
It's not like sexual things, right?
Terms. No, not sexual. Not this time.
This is time.
There are two that I know of. Musharib is a dwarf, an albino dwarf. He would seek to return Hark Hamar to its rightful owners as part of his fee. The other is Kawasha and Kupalu. He would want you to destroy any undead that you might encounter as you make your way through the jungle, with, I believe, the proviso that you end the undead threat permanently.
Both sound like solid options. Why not both?
It would be... It is up to you. You must convince them to go along with each other. They have differing ideologies, I should say. Eku is still your best bet. She will lead you exactly where you want to go. And she is a good person with a good heart, with no strings attached. The other two, well, they require cajoling.
I want to insight him about this woman being our best option.
Okay.
Is 15.
He is very hard to read. You get the sense that he is a very shrewd businessman, so he's very used to kind of guarding what secrets he has. He's not necessarily lying to you, but he might not necessarily be telling the truth either. It's just the nature of the way he is. It's like trying to read the woman from the Gentle Repose. It's that same kind of... They do this all the time, and thus they hold all the cards to their chest very closely, even when they're being truthful.
And where is it that we want to go?
Most scholars believe that the death curse originates somewhere within the lost city. But, as you know, it is a lost city, so... and no one knows where it is. But there are many who practice divination magics who may be able to help you.
Divination.
From my understanding, you've already run into somebody. The wisdom of Orlonga. Ring any bells? My spies are very good.
Would any of
Doesn't
these
seem to ring any
practices
bells.
be able to teach someone more about divination magic?
I have practiced some divination magic, but nothing powerful enough to pierce the veil of this. No.
What do I see out the window?
Where are you? You kind of see out into the promenade over into what looks like kind of like a heat haze over a large pit. Quite far away, this large pit. And from down where you were seeing now, you see down into where like the destruction of the dinosaur races were, and one of the exits into the proper jungle.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe
You
one
guys
person.
done?
There is one who might be able to help you. Grandfather Zitembe. He is the head priest of the Temple of Sun, the god of truth. I know that he has some divination magics available to him. Perhaps he could help you. But that is all I know.
It'll be of help, I'm sure.
I wish you luck. The sooner the death curse is ended, the better.
Mm-hmm.
So what do you guys do?
Well, a bit disappointed that you didn't have any more map information or useful things to teach us about the flora.
Make a persuasion
What
check.
he said. That's what he said, right, Joseph? Flora.
I tried to look for books. And I didn't
Persuasion.
have good time.
He gave you access to his library, basically, so... Make a persuasion check when you do that, when you say you didn't have anything
did.
else. Okay, you did.
Hello. What's up?
But now,
Rodal.
We're
playing D&D.
Because it's Sunday.
Hi. Oh no.
oh no. Oh no.
Okay.
When did you start?
Not so
hour
long
ago.
ago.
Okay. See you in 2 hours.
Okay.
Alright.
Bye-bye.
Bye.
Alright. I have one more thing I can give you, and he goes to one of the bookshelves and kind of scrolls along it, and then parts a couple of books, and then pulls something out from behind them that you didn't see before.
I couldn't reach that high.
Yeah, that's part of it. Pulls it out and hands it to you. This is a journal from a wizard who braved the various jungles of Chort. He mentions several times something called a shield guardian named Vorn. And he goes out. Do you have your map?
Nicholas has a map, I think. Nicholas?
Do I?
In your bag of
One of you
clothing,
does.
right?
You had the mana plus.
Yeah, I know. I'm patting myself down. Some rattles in my bag of holding. Pulls out the map.
He opens the map
And
up.
some Tej.
What are you
Okay.
offering?
I top up my hat. I like lean upwards with the Tej.
I will never turn down Tej. 'Tis one of my guilty
Never.
pleasures. Never.
I pour him some Tej then.
Thank you. Takes a sip. It is
Never.
good Tej. Comes from your escapades with the church outside. Well done, by the way.
Yeah.
And he marks on you, and he's had his Tej. He's kind of scrolls out the map, looks at it. Here, the shield guardian is named Vorn. It is located here. It contains a picture of Vorn's control amulet. So you know what it looks like, but there's no clue as to where the amulet actually is. If you find the amulet and retrieve the construct, I have a spell book that I could provide to you if you were to get this for me. You seem like capable people. You dealt with that small assault rather well. By the way, having thought about it for a while, you mentioned that you saw no mercenaries. It is possible that Jobol was testing you to see what you would do.
I don't like Joe Ball anymore.
A lot of people
Threaten a
don't
bunch
like
of
Jobol.
people in order to test 4 random people who've just come into town.
Not threaten them, because if he was going to attack them directly, he would have sent his mercenaries. No, there was an opportunity to test you. Nothing more.
If
He
we
is not-
failed, then innocent people would have died.
What does he think about all the
Eventually.
other people who came on the boat with us?
I do not know. I know the dwarf who came with you. Mostly a drunkard at this point. Went into the jungle, contracted mad monkey fever, screaming and came back out again, essentially.
That sounds like Jack.
Yes. Remember, the jungle is dangerous.
Well, I thought you'd be the kind of the kind of person that would be able to tell us what we can do to prepare for all the dangers.
The jungle is vast, dangerous, and mysterious. I can tell you some things that exist within it. Would you like me to go through the things that I do know?
Oh yes, please.
Very well. Heat is your biggest danger. Bring water. The next biggest danger are the bugs and insects. They carry several of the diseases. Mad monkey is one I've already mentioned. There are 2 others: shivering sickness and something called throat leeches. Be wary of both. Avoid swimming in the rivers.
Oh.
Beyond that, there are the undead. As you've already surmised, they are vast, numerous, and peruse every part of Jot. In addition to those, there are the dinosaurs. We use them as beasts of burden, but in the wilds of the jungle, they are threatening and dangerous, particularly the large Tyrannosaurus rexes that exist within the jungles. Stay out of the harbors unless you have gold, because the dragon turtle will be there.
Is that just in the water or in the entire harbor?
All around the ports. Our mag could be anywhere. You may slip by him, you may not. This is beyond that. The jungles themselves are mysterious. There are horrible, awful things within them. Stick to the rivers and canoes if you can. Your guide may provide you one. There is also a rumor of something hunting down near the peaks of flame. Beyond that, I do not know what it is. It does not seem to care about undead, humans, any of the sentient creatures. The red wizards, nothing. It kills them all. It's indiscriminate. So, like I said before, the jungles are dangerous. Get a guide.
Okay.
You want some more Tej Aldous?
No, the stuff's getting a bit too sweet for me. I think I had more than enough. I mean, it is still like dripping out of my fucking beer hat at this point.
Yeah, I know. I was gonna top up your beer hat.
Some clever Merchant Prince created those. Not even really sure which one. But it is a bit of fun during the festivals. I have been known to wear one.
Well, I can't imagine you with a hat like that.
I let my hair down occasionally. So my friends, where are you off to next? I have given you what I can.
I guess we have to see the other prince now. Right, guys?
Yes, I guess so. Although I do kind of want to check out those tabaxi. I don't even know what a tabaxi is.
Ah, it's a cat
The
person.
tabaxi is, yeah.
Do you not have them where you come from?
Not from my island.
They are curious things. They act a lot like their feline cousins in a lot of ways. Their names are odd and confusing to me. But you may find a river or flask somewhere within the city, though the city is large, as I've said before. But so what are you guys doing?
Leaving?
Okay, so you leave the villa. As you kind of pass out through the villa's exits, kind of move your way from outside, you pass through the gates and into the kind of like main courtyard where the two gladiators are waiting. They eye you kind of suspiciously again as you go past through again. Volo's kind of waiting there as well. Did you get everything you need? I hope Volo was helpful. I hope I hope my friend was very kind to you. And then he kind of skitters off because he's not really sure what to do now. He skitters off back into the villa.
He was great. Bye.
And then you guys leave out to the villa, out into the main town. Oops. Oh no, I should do this. Boop.
Get us out of this map. It's destroying me.
It's destroying your computer.
No. I see two more Teshes that were not there before.
Okay. Right, what are you guys gonna do?
Those Tejas were there at the start.
Oh.
There's a secret Tej though that you haven't noticed.
I just saw it.
I've just seen it, yeah.
Which one?
The one at the very bottom with the fucking thingy on feet.
1,000 Tej.
Alright then. I saw the word moist in the ocean. Or
Who did that? I think the camera did it. It's the same color.
Yeah. As you... Sure, it was the
I'm
camera.
sorry, west.
Sure, as you exit the villa, and you're kind of leaving, a tabaxi minstrel approaches you. Monsieur, may I have a moment of your time? My name is River. My name is River Mist.
Insight!
Go ahead.
14.
What are you trying to insight?
Oh, it's not
Is his
fucking
name
true.
River?
This is suspicious as fuck.
He is a bit sauce.
Yeah, we just got done talking about Tabaxi. Like, come on now.
You did. You did. And then the random encounter table threw you a bone.
Speaking of time we spent, were we in there long enough to count as a short rest?
I would say so. Yeah. If you want to if you want to use that as a short rest.
I want my channel.
Okay, it's fine. The person presenting in front of you is a orange-furred tabaxi. He looks like...
He's Garfield now.
No, hold on.
Where's my lasagna?
I am hungry. I want some lasagna.
He looks like this.
Garfield,
This-
you bad cat. He looks like a hyena.
That's a hyena.
I hear through the grapevine that you might want some guides. Yes? My partner and I can help you with that.
What, you can guide her, you can help us find...
You weren't really on the recommended list.
We only charge... I know that the other guides you may have heard of, they charge a bit more. We charge 1 gold a day. No payment upfront necessary.
Do you actually know where you're going?
Yes. We know where we're going.
I'm inciting him.
Go ahead.
$23.
Crit.
Crit.
That was loud. What do you know about them then from that?
Listen here, you little shit. We're not looking for nothing but trouble. So unless you're bringing trouble, we don't want nothing.
What do they know?
What don't they know? They know about the death curse.
They know, so you know from that insight check that this is a person who is not on the up and up. This is a person who is very capable of
Backstabbing you and leaving you in the
Yeah.
gutter
yes.
and running off with your money.
Yes. Yeah, there is definitely a hint of danger to this person. But when they said that they knew where they were going, there was no lie there. They do know where they're going. Or River assumes that they know where they're going as a total group. He knows where he's going, so. Yes, we know where we're going. We can get you wherever you want. You want to go to the jungles of Chult? We can get you there.
Do you have any desire to stop this curse at all?
We make the gold. As long as we don't die, we'll be fine. We never had any intention of dying.
What if we were faced in a situation where things were going a bit grim? Would you stick around to help us see it through?
Depends on how grim. If it is no hope and we are all about to die, my brother and I will run. I don't expect you to do much more.
To the people you were with before.
Which people? We've led many people into the jungles of Chult.
The one with the gun.
Gun. What is a gun?
Big,
It's a gun.
exploding, long thing.
Show me one.
Firework?
No.
I don't know what you're talking about. Wizards have big, long, exploding things.
Who is
Do
your
you
most...
know Aldous?
I'll just wink at him.
What about your most...
I give you a sly grin and then like tongue my Ted straw into my mouth.
What about your most recent
The most recent adventure was to...
Yes.
We took a bunch of people to camp Conventions.
Lovely name.
It is where the Iron Fist are. Yeah, they are creepy little creatures. Humans who think they can control the jungles. The jungles control them. The jungles control everything. That's how it works.
So do you offer anything more than just a cheaper price tag?
No, but that is enough in Port Nyanzaru. Don't you agree? No, the other guards charge far more than that. Mostly because they have to pay Jobel. We do not pay Jobel.
Oh, why do you not pay Jobel?
We do not need to. We keep out of his radar. We keep it quiet. We catch the people that are more discerning. You are coming out of...
But Jobel's watching us.
No, Jobel is not watching you. Jobel has more important things to be dealing with.
How do you know?
Because we know many things.
Are you Jobel?
I'm not Jobel. If I was Jobel, I would not be hanging out in the street. I would be in my villa. Jobel is a merchant prince. He is a guy. He used to be a wilderness guy like the rest of us, and then he got lucky. Ended up coming back as the only survivor of a great treasure hunt.
The only survivor, and what, he was the only one who managed to reach the treasure room? I
No,
find that a bit
he's-
hard to believe.
He was the only one who made it back. Came in a large canoe filled to the brim with gold. This is just the way of things. Sometimes that happens, and what happens in the jungle is what happens in the jungle. We can guide you to most of the major places if you wish to go farther and deeper. We know some of the tricks, and me and my brother have a canoe.
Well, that's handy.
I don't particularly trust these two.
We can hear you, you know, or I can hear you.
You know, take a canoe
That's
and
completely
go into the water.
Into the water.
But he does have a canoe.
You don't have to PS if you don't want to.
Canoes are expensive.
I mean, it's not like they'd be any worse than other people. Most people tend, in the sight of any danger, would tend to just run.
Very true. Very true.
If running is the only thing we need to worry about.
Well, I'll be honest. Eku probably wouldn't run, but she's a sanctimonious bitch, so...
Wait, who's that girl?
Eku.
The guide that we were like, that was, you know, highly thingied.
Highly
Suggested.
rated, 5-star recommended.
You weren't looking at books at the time.
As you're kind of looking at River Mist, you actually notice that one of her eyes is actually missing.
Yeah, I noticed that.
Fair enough. We will go back into the jungle. River Mist, myself, and Flask. We are more at home there.
Oh, we might see you there.
And then she wanders off. He wanders off, sorry. No, she wanders off. River's a female, sorry. In this kind of cat-like way, she moves away from him. So what do you do?
Well, that one was a wash.
There was something a bit off about them.
The to what else is on our list. We have Musharib the dwarf, Kawasha, the zealot, or the bitch.
Oh, yes.
I don't mind. I really would rather not go with a guide. I don't.
I'd say we need
someone tell
someone-
me what to do.
I'd say we need someone who knows how to hunt, gets food, knows how to survive the night. Because I've never been in the jungle before. Have you?
No. It still doesn't mean I agree with being behest to someone. That I'm also paying to tell me what to do.
Oh, now what then? Do you want to meet all of them first?
I don't know if they're here. Where they are, we should go see Jobel.
We could just take a look in the jungle. I mean, we could just go outside, not stray too far, see what it's like. And if it is that much of an issue, we could come back, get a guide. If you really don't want one, then I'm up for trying.
I just don't want to burn what little coin we have and end up in a ditch somewhere.
Okay, you heading out into the jungle then? There seems to be an impasse.
We're not ready yet. We need a canoe anyway.
Don't need a canoe.
We only need a canoe. if we
Wakanda
come
told
across
us to
the
stay
river.
away from the water.
You told us to follow the rivers.
He told you to just not
What?
go swimming in the rivers. He didn't say to stay away from the rivers. He said don't go swimming in them. Because there's something called throat leeches.
And being in a canoe is apt to tip over, especially when I'm drunk on Tej.
Yeah, throat leeches. Yep, that's what it was called.
If we're gonna go in alone, since we don't know what's good to eat or anything like that, we'd best get supplies.
You have a number of supplies. You've got an insect repellents and things like that. The only thing you're kind of
I
lacking
mean,
is
like
a wave.
food and stuff.
Okay.
There's bound to be creatures in the jungle. We could
Like we got rations.
kill them.
Do you know how to cook them?
I don't know how to cook meat. It's as long as I can make a fire, which isn't too difficult.
Oh, I bought some pots and pans.
Yeah, he has a mess kit. Produces a bunch of pots and pans and pulls them out and shows you kind of.
He brings the pans, I bring the fire. We're fine.
The one thing. So make intelligence check. Make intelligence check. Aldous.
Joseph can make spinach out of coins.
We
As you're saying this, the one thing you remember more than anything else is that when Wakanga was talking to you, he said the number one danger of the jungle was dehydration or lack of water.
we'll be fine on that aspect. I think we just need a barrel. By the way, speaking of which, Evan, my character sheet's bugged.
What's wrong with it?
Oh, I thought I get like a spell slot per level plus my wisdom modifier, but it's only giving me 3 spell slots at level 2 with 2 wisdom mod. Maybe
Your
I'm
spell
wrong.
slots don't increase based on wisdom mod.
Oh, okay.
Would I have, like, while reading anything, came across anything, like, found out, like, about extracting water from any of the, like, plants or anything like that there? Like cactus and
Make a
stuff.
perception check.
Cactus in a rainforest at this time of year.
I said like that, like that sort of aspect.
So I'll-
I like how you
But-
steamed hams them just then, though. At this time of
Okay.
year.
make a perception check.
Perception, yeah.
Perception. Okay, so looking around the area, now that you're kind of like thinking about it, when you were walking through earlier, everything in the town is designed, everything in the city, everywhere, is designed to catch the rain.
Yeah.
Catch the rain specifically. It rains a lot here. Today is an unusually clear day. It's getting more towards the evening now, but as you look on the horizon, you can see more kind of clouds rolling in. It looks like it rains frequently enough that most of the water supply of the city must come from rainwater. In fact, the town itself, if you look down on the ground, there are gutters, large, wide gutters that just look like they turn into rivers during heavy rain, and then just flood into the bay itself, or get collected. Every awning seems to have what looks like makeshift rain catchers. As you're kind of out in this kind of like more markety area, because you're quite near the Grand Soak, which is this large market just here. You see a number of people selling what look like odd reversed umbrellas that seem to catch the rain, that seem to be used to catch rainwater.
While I'm looking at it, I'll just point it all out to Joseph and go, do you think you could make some of those? We've seen you make an umbrella out of a dagger. I'm sure you could do it.
Well, I am a blacksmith. Anything that contains metal should be no problem.
A few of those and the water thing is sorted.
You see as they're passing, as you see a sale going on. Yes, 1 gold, rain catcher, here you go. Don't break this one this time. And then they go off, and then they go away. And it seems to open up and close rather easily, so it can be transported quite sufficiently.
No, 1 gold a rain catcher seems like going right.
Maybe you could make it cheaper, make an improved one. I mean, I'm sure if you got your hands on one, you could learn something about how it's made, right?
And we sell our own and make a cut.
Sounds
Give
good.
a cut to Jobo.
Okay. There's more than just Jobel the Merchant Prince and the other one. There are 9. And you know that. I'm gonna give you that one for free.
So here's the
9
plan.
trickster gods, 9 merchant princes.
That actually is. I don't know if that's a coincidence or not. I genuinely don't know. I have to look that up.
Mark. Mark.
Did you just say mug?
I said
Mark.
I don't want to mug. Mark's my name, yes, hi.
How good are you at night?
How do you mean? It's usually when I sleep.
So you don't have good eyesight at night?
I can see in the dark pretty well, yes.
So Aldous, here's the plan, yes?
Mm-hmm.
Joseph makes these rain catchers, and we sell them for less than 1 gold each. Mark breaks into people's houses and destroys theirs. So then we corner the market.
It seems a little bit, immoral.
Yeah, it's not really my kind of thing. That's why I thought Mark could do it.
It's your idea. Nicholas, you must see this.
Oh yeah, I wouldn't do it.
I'm coming back to the group of the rain catcher.
I'm talking about the
You bought a rain catcher
implications.
for 1 gold? Very well, sir. Good. I show you how to use it, because you look like you're a noob. Open it up, and when it is raining, it will catch up to 2 gallons of drink per inch of rainfall, and holds up to 8 gallons for easy transport. The tarp and the wooden frame fold up like so.
Is there a picture of these? Because I can imagine the umbrella part, but I can't imagine where it
I
contains
can't imagine it
gallons of
holding
water.
8 gallons. Yeah,
It holds,
what the
yeah, it's like a
fuck?
large. It's actually quite large.
It's like a satellite dish on your
think-
fucking head.
Not like an umbrella like you would use for a person, more like a parasol that you would use over like a pub table during like
Is
sun
there
like
anywhere
that,
you
but
could fit
reversed.
one to
a
like the
patio
Tej hat?
umbrella.
Yeah. And there's
Could
a
you
large
fit
tank.
one? Could you fit one to the Tej hat?
I can already think of ways to improve on the design.
It folds
I'm
up
not
rather
saying
neatly.
this is valid, but
It weighs about 5 pounds without the water in it. The water adds more, obviously. But there's like a large tank that sits underneath it because it kind of, it's like, imagine like there's there's like a reverse umbrella with a little hole at the top that funnels all the water down that spot, and then
yeah,
in
that's
that
not the issue here.
yeah. Okay, so you understand what it looks like then.
I understand what the umbrella part looks like. I don't understand where like the tank connects.
Like the pole that you hold
Yes.
has like a
Is
tank
that just
around
the whole
it.
tank?
Yeah, the whole tank is like this bit that sits underneath, just underneath where the hole is.
This thing sounds huge.
So
It's not that big.
it's the rod part of the umbrella is the whole tank.
Are they
Yeah,
one
there's like a
size
tank.
fits all?
Well, it's more like, well, for him, it's about the size of that, like what I said, the pub umbrella. When you fold it down, though, that actually becomes carryable, transportable. It's still huge. Yeah, when it's folded out, it's a freaking huge thing. But if you fold it down, it's like, yeah, it's fine.
How does the water come out of it? Just back out the hole, or?
There's a small stopper you can pull out and just, and it all comes out.
Okay.
Does it make a satisfying?
Yeah,
Cool.
I'll give you that. Okay.
Yeah,
Pretty
I
good.
guess-
Alright.
So you bought one of those. Make sure you mark off a gold.
Yeah, I already did.
Cool. What are you doing?
Well, I put it on my back, I guess. I have a backpack with all my stuff in it. Like
Yeah,
a
you
big,
can
one of
attach
them big survival, like.
So you lash it to the backpack. It's a bit too large to go in the backpack, but you can kind of lash it through.
Yeah. I've
Yeah,
already
and you also
opened
fold
my
something.
journal and I'm like sketching down ways to improve it.
Okay.
I'll be working on this for a bit.
Okay. I'll make you make checks at some point to see whether or not you
Right.
can improve it. But right now you're kind of just at the very beginning stages. So you're standing outside kind of this, you're kind of in this area. The lights are beginning to get dim. It's getting darker. Night is coming as you kind of stand. What are you doing?
Well, it's dangerous to travel outside at night, so I guess we're gonna spend the night at the hotel.
You don't know that. You don't know how dangerous it is or not dangerous.
All we've heard is that it's dangerous.
Yeah, it's dangerous in general.
To be less dangerous at night.
But everything's asleep at night. We can just run to the hidden city.
But then you'd have to sleep during the day.
Climb in the bag of holding, or use the Tej hat as straws sticking out.
Walking up to you is a female half-orc. All of you make me a religion check. As she walks up, the small symbol flashing.
I don't know
on
what
her-
my
on her
modifier is, but I rolled a 5, so I'm not gonna look.
What time of day is it?
He said
It's
fucking
evening.
night.
Yeah.
Niels rolled the highest. Give him the information.
Hold on. As
The thing
she
was,
walks up,
when I clicked
Did
onto
I
the
roll
rolls,
high
the
enough?
last thing I saw was 7 from Niels, and I was like,
Right.
"Ooh,
right. Right.
that's a woman."
This woman is a half-orc. Niels, you recognize the symbol on her breastplate as the symbol of Torm. It is a gauntleted hand, open, with an eye on it. I work for Torm. I work for the Order of the Gauntlet. You will escort me.
Oh, where?
What do you need escorting to, and why?
I need escorting to Camp Vengeance. I'm a
Oh, we know
priest.
people that know the way to that one.
I already
Where?
know the way.
I'm sorry, we're not guides.
I know you are not guides. You are adventurers, capable of defending yourself.
Hold on, where is Camp Vengeance on the map? Nicholas, could you do me a favor and grab yours?
Undo the map with a flourish.
I will move you guys to the map so you can see where this is.
We're on the map, aren't we?
No, you're not on the big
Oh,
map.
the map of Cahol.
Whoa, that is fucking cool.
Why is it dibbly dabbling in? Did you
Because
do
that's
that?
all. This is all the stuff you get with the bot pack. So, if anyone is watching this right now, this is what you get with the Roll20 version of Tomb of Annihilation. It is a very, very cool thing because you can each of those little hexes you can click and say this is a bit you now see as a player.
That is cool. Alright, and we're going
I'm clicking it and I can't see
over
anything.
there.
Yeah, so you can see where Camp Vengeance is based on this. It will eventually clear up because the resolution is still trying to work itself out. That's what it's doing. Yeah, because on my map... Yep, there it goes. Yeah, so you're trying to get there. Yeah, you've already got it marked on your map here. Right here.
Why are you going there?
That's where the Order of the Gauntlet is. It's where we have set up camp. I need to bring some dispatches to my superiors. To Commander
So you've been there
Niles.
before?
No.
Okay, that is quite a nice starting point from... I mean, if we just follow the river, we can easily get there, I guess.
No, but I know where it is.
You haven't been there before.
No. I was led to believe I could simply buy a horse and ride to the camp. That is not possible.
You mean a stegosaurus?
Do you know the dangers of traveling this jungle?
I know some. I know that it is filled with undead that are a scourge to all things. The Order of the Gauntlet seeks to remove that scourge.
Ooh, I like this guy. Can we take him along?
I got no problems.
Fine by me.
Elders? Sounds like we've got a starting goal then.
I just looked out my window, that was real fucking creepy.
What?
Oh, there's like a hanging basket swaying in the wind in front of a like street light because of the angle I'm looking at it, and it looked like something was winking at me with glowing eyes. Yeah, spooky!
Do we head out tonight or do we go tomorrow?
Everything's asleep at night.
I don't think undead sleep.
Then we should.
How many days of travel will it take to get there?
Where are you staying, friend?
I found the Thundering Lizard a wonderful experience.
And I suppose we will be taking different lodgings.
You didn't like it? Oh, it was wonderful. All the fighting and the brawls.
I'm afraid it's too loud for our taste.
Fine.
It's not really a place someone goes for a night's sleep, more like a black eye.
My kind of place.
I don't doubt that.
What was your name?
Undril Silvertusk. See? And she shows her one of her teeth is actually silver. Is it? Oh, there's no Silvertusk. She's not important enough to have a handout.
What were you gonna say, Mark?
I said that's pretty cool, actually. Silver too.
Thank you. I lost the original in a fight. Not today.
No, that'd be an interesting change of name.
Odd to see a kobold out of the mines, though. Whatever.
I'm special, they say.
I see that.
Pleased to meet you, I'm Mark.
Undril.
And Dro.
I shall
So,
see.
we're heading out in the morning then, guys? Is there anything else we'll need? Are you supplied?
Yes, I have enough supplies to get us there.
Oh, that's nice. Also, how do you want to travel then if you know the way?
I don't have a canoe, if that's what you're asking. I was going to walk.
Just walk along the river's edge?
That was the plan. The river seems to be a little safer.
I just had the
Although-
dumbest thought.
I want to hear it now.
Can we
don't
gondola
want to.
down the river?
Oh, that's you.
That's amore.
It will take us the better part of 3 weeks to get there.
3 weeks? I thought it was just a few. That's a long time.
Each hex takes 1 day to travel. If we rush it, we can be there in half the time, but we risk exhaustion. As far as I know.
If we take a canoe, we'll be there faster though, right?
That is my
I'm
understanding,
not
yes.
going in the water.
Yes. It will take half the time.
I like my throat.
Throat leeches spook you.
No.
It should.
How much do I have any containers for water myself? Don't have any containers.
You'll have
for fish.
you'll have a water skin, which will contain enough water for a day.
Do I now? Good to know because it's not on my inventory list yet.
Yeah, it's generally
You do not have a water skin anymore.
It's more of you
Water
need to,
skin now.
yeah, it's more of you need to replenish those water sources every day. I shall see you in the morning. Where are you staying?
We're staying at the gentle. I keep forgetting.
Kaya's
Joseph, what was
house
it
of
again?
Kaya's house of repose.
Yeah. It's with the lady that doesn't sleep.
She unnerves me. Prefer the thundering lizard. It's cheaper as
Oh.
well.
Thundering lizard does not like me.
Oh, I'm sure they'd warm up. Get in a fight. I'll be more than happy.
Yeah, looks like I can go have a fight. I'm not built for fighting.
Right, I shall be off. I'll see you in the morning. She wanders off.
Do you think they need us to fight more undead tonight, guys?
Hopefully not.
Hopefully not.
Do you guys head to Kaya's house of repose?
Yes.
So Kaya is there to greet you. Hello. How may I help you?
Right. Some rooms again.
Very well. Your rooms are upstairs. Would you like a nightcap?
No, thank you. I'll go to bed.
I highly recommend the Dragon Breath beer. Good.
Kinda been sipping Tej all day.
It's a very nice drink. Very well. To bed then. I shall see you in the morning.
Sweet dreams.
I do not dream, for I do not sleep. And she closes her little, guest book, places her hands on top of it, and watches you as you all ascend the stairs slowly, and your head just turns. Her body doesn't move, but her head just kind of click, click, Almost unnaturally so. Almost. It's like that point where somebody's just a little unnerving to be in the uncanny valley, but not so far into it to be mistaken for a robot.
Mm-hmm.
You walk upstairs, you lie in your bed, you continue to sketch out your initial notes. Make a intelligence check for me.
I would also like to spend an hour using my ritual to remake a key in my inventory.
A key.
I have a
So you can do, to get the full long rest, you can either do the ritual or do the research. It's up to you which one.
I'll do the ritual because I can do the research on the go as I experience how it actually works.
Okay. So you do the ritual. What key are you making?
I have one key in my inventory.
You have a what?
I have one key in my inventory.
You have a key.
Disintegrates every week. I told you.
Oh, yes. You recreate the key, so you... and it reappears. The old one... dust into wind. What did you make the new key out of, by the way?
It recreates the same materials.
Oh, okay, so it's more like you just put...
Whatever that is.
So you make an iron key
Good
out of
iron.
like a little bit of iron you've got. Okay. So you wake up the next day. You head downstairs as you wake up, a little groggy, but well rested. And you see that Undrill's waiting for you. I see none of you are military. You should have been up by now. I've been waiting an hour.
Oh, sorry.
Should have come up and got us.
Not right for a lady to wake up somebody. You could have been naked.
I always sleep prepared.
Into the jungles, then?
Your gun. It's true. He sleeps next to his gun.
And don't ask what a gun is, because it's long and it shoots.
I'm ready.
Mark's
do you-
ready, Mark's ready, Mark's ready.
So, do you head out into the jungles?
I need to equip my armor first, I guess. Just in case.
So you are naked.
No, I have clothes. I wear clothes under it, and that'd be awkward. Do you know how awkward that would be to have cast off armor suddenly use it and be naked?
Okay, so your map kind of marks out where you're headed down this way. As you make your way down. Are you just going to follow the river?
Can we avoid that one skull, one X with the skull on it?
The skull. If you want to avoid that one, you can go on the other side of that river and kind of like try to make your way across the river at that point, like right here.
No, it looks like there's a small little bit we can walk the side of there for another.
So what the skulls represent is the yellow area.
Mm-hmm.
You see how it's like slightly yellow. Is how does that work?
Height?
No, it's not height. It is
There's an orange
it's
area.
lesser undead. Red, which is the area next to that, is an area that is known to have a greater concentration of undead. Which is more dangerous.
Well, it doesn't look like there's any lesser undead right next to the river if you just hug it.
So it's the whole hex, basically.
But the thing cuts through hexes.
It does, yeah. So if there is a hex that has this like section in it, that means there's more concentration of undead in that whole hex. See what I mean?
I think we need to buy a canoe, guys.
We don't need to buy a canoe.
Actually, how wide is that river?
So each hex is a mile? No. Each hex is 10 miles. So probably at its narrowest, you're talking 100 feet.
Well, I assume.
You're not talking jumpable distance, basically.
Yeah, but I'm assuming if it's right next to the port, they'd be reasonable enough to make a bridge.
Let me check something, because the river goes
Mount
right by.
Vengeance
And
is on the
actually,
other side of the river.
to be fair, the mouth of the river is 20 miles from the port.
That's still fairly close, especially
Not-
considering it's next to the shovel and pickaxe, which is
That's
where
a-
I assume they'd get their resources.
That's where a mine is, yeah.
Yeah, so why wouldn't they have a bridge so that they could cart things over into Port Nyanzaru? It seems like
You don't know. Your map doesn't detail that. Isn't that detailed, so you don't know for sure. And the person you're with doesn't know either.
I don't even care. They just want to go through the undead.
Because you
Yeah,
don't have a
um,
guide.
He's supposed to be our guide.
He's
Alright?
not. He just
We didn't
knows.
agree to this. He just assumed we were doing it.
He did, and you went along with him. She did, sorry.
He did.
Right. Are we going then?
Yep.
Rule. And you leave, unless there's any objections, you leave Port Nyanzaru. Where are you headed?
Vengeance.
Okay. Funny. But how are you getting? Are you going to take? Thank you.
I don't know. We don't have a guide. We don't
No,
know
you
what
don't.
the best way is.
You do have a map though, and you can work out. You, with your cartography skills, you can work out
Let's
kind
do
of.
the best way. Odds or evens, Monzo.
Odds.
Okay. Shit, that just went off my thing. I'm gonna have to turn my light on and find that. We're odds. We're going left. We're going towards the shovels.
You're going towards the shovel, so you're going to try to cross that river.
Yep. This is retarded, but that's what the dice has chosen. The best way to play D&D.
Okay. As you
The
approach,
reasonable assessment.
as you begin to approach,
Fuck it, just use dice.
there is. Hold on. Is this where I
I
think?
mean, either way, we're hugging the river, so we might as well check.
This reminds me of the time me and my mate went to the cinema and I gave him directions, and then like after 5-10 minutes of driving, we turned down the road and I went, "Shit, I've brought us back to my house."
Well done. As you approach, there is a large swinging rope bridge over what looks like, because this part of the jungle and the river, it dips down quite deep before it hits the river, and there's a large rope bridge that goes across from one side of the gorge to the other. The river kind of pushes out quite quickly at this point as it's coming to the end of where it comes into the sea, so it's coming out very, very quickly as it goes, and you can hear all this noise and right.
Oh yeah, it goes without saying, but I definitely applied some of that insect rub.
Okay.
Yeah, this bridge looks pretty. I mean,
I don't see shit.
You can't, because there isn't like a thing, but it's like right here.
theater of the mind.
Yeah, the
Oh,
archer
okay.
overlay. Yeah.
Sorry, it's just like the music changed and then Monto goes, "Well, this bridge looks," and I'm like, "Wait, what?"
Yeah, so there's a large rope bridge. You smell the water coming up from below as it crashes down below you.
Can
You
I
also-
perception the bridge to see how well it is?
Yeah,
crafted?
go ahead.
Looks good.
Looking at the bridge, you kind of step on it a bit just to check to see if it seems to hold. The large stone pillars to your right hold the rope bridge in place. You can hear it sway in the wind as well. Which reminds me,
How wide is the bridge?
wide
Which
enough
one?
to get a cart
It's
on.
suddenly
Actually, it's quite
down
large.
for-
Fine then, I'm gonna walk across.
Ooh.
Oh!
No. So begins to get a little heavier on the rain. And as you're walking across, it begins to get heavier and heavier.
This bridge was made for this, though.
And eventually, it turns into a downpour.
Are you collecting the reverse water, Joseph?
No, we're on the bridge, and this thing was constructed to where you have to stand still. Not
We
that
can
that's-
carry it.
I hate this place, why is it always raining?
Do I have an understanding of how, like, weather systems work?
Make an intelligence check. Actually, make your survival check, sorry.
How's my little parasol
12.
holding the weather?
As you kind of work it out, kind of thing, you're thinking about how the weather patterns work in this place, kind of thing. You reckon that oftentimes there's about a 50% chance at any time of it being raining. There is a chance, though, you don't know when it will happen, but based on the location you're in and where you're kind of in the heat and everything else, you reckon there's a chance that there could be a tropical storm. Maybe it's maybe it's tomorrow. Maybe it's in a week's time. You don't know. But a tropical storm would be a terrible thing. Basically, you would have to stop traveling altogether. So, in 1 days of travel, you can get
It's a brewing, or
to there.
it's just a chance that could happen?
There's just a chance it
just
could happen. Yeah, you lack enough meteorological information in order to actually formulate it. But you know that this kind of area, based on the weather conditions you already have experienced, that this area is frequented by tropical storms.
After we get across the bridge, I'll take out the umbrella and try to carry it.
Yeah. By this time, it's getting late. It's getting dark. As you make your way across the bridge, okay, you are not on a beach. You are near a river.
You don't know that.
You're fucking near a river. You don't really. Actually, technically, you're not in a river.
No, we're not in the.
You're more in this.
Evan's from the whole encounter, guys.
I am. This one I know, though. No, that actually doesn't make a lot of.
8d12 chickens come out of the ocean.
8d12 chickens.
Come out of the ocean.
As you come across the other side, you find a number of bodies lying bleached in the sun and beginning to get soaked into the ground from the rain.
Are
They
they
look
zombie
like-
bodies?
From your distance at the moment, you can't tell.
Can I
How
poke
far
him a
away are they?
message? Asking
About-
if they're alright.
About 40 feet.
I'll poke him a message and ask him if they're alright.
You get no response.
Telepathy.
You are returned with the silence of
Yeah.
the dead.
You get no response as telepathy doesn't go away.
You also notice something else. Something hovering near them and jumping around them. I'm spelling this very badly.
Blood whore.
Nope.
Bright butterfly.
You see a number of these little creatures. Very black,
Twingas.
Oh, they're
with
adorable.
white faces. They just seem to be hovering, and every so often.
All I want to do is check on me, or whatever.
What's the...
It's their heads, kind of like.
Shushing them.
It's their heads actually kind of coming back. When they come back, they kind of. They. And it's louder than the rain.
Those are cool.
I wanna.
They're just
I wanna
kind of like hovering near
them.
things. Okay, make
What are those?
an Arcana or Nature check. You have never seen anything like these anywhere.
That's
You reckon they must be some kind of native to this area. They don't seem to be like, you get the feeling even from that low nature roll, these aren't an aggressive. They're too small. They're about the size of you know, like if you could fit one in your hand. And they seem to be kind of like poking and prodding at the bodies, and mostly kind of like observing them and just kind of watching. And then they all kind of look at you, and there's 3 of them.
Ooh.
And then they vanish.
Does our female orc person
Hey!
know who they are? Or is she also not a native?
She's not a native, no. She's seeing these things, and she kind of like, cute.
Mark's gonna run over to where the buddies are. Check if you can find a trace of those tiny creatures again.
Okay, so you run over to the bodies. As you get closer to them, you make a perception check.
It's raining, right?
Yep. So, which means you don't have disadvantage. It's dark enough that you're fine.
14.
As you kind of go course of the bodies, you notice they're garbed very similar to the way that you guys are. They're explorers, travelers. They're wearing simple leather armor. There's 3 of them. And you look them over. They look like they were. You're not sure. You'd have to do a proper medicine check to see what
Can
killed
I
them. But they
walk
look.
over and take a good look at them?
Yeah.
Guess we're going to the bodies.
Yeah. So you're going over the bodies.
Yeah.
Okay.
Were they looted?
I'll
They were
go
definitely
to. Let's go to Eric first, and then we'll do come back.
I'm just gonna look at the wounds. Like, how exactly were they killed?
Make a medicine
Do
check.
they know what they're wearing?
What are you doing, Nicholas?
I'm doing that.
Oh, you're trying to imitate the Chingwas, the Shwunga.
Uh huh.
Okay. Make me a persuasion check. As you're looking,
Would
yeah,
it be
Aldous.
performance? Oh, okay. I thought you wanted me to do it for going.
Make
Yeah.
what?
No, you're fine. You're right. Actually, performance checks is better. Aldous, looking over the bodies, it looks like
It's a 4.
nothing happens. It looks like. Oh, where is
The
it?
regional dialect.
It's a yeah. You've seen somehow done this wrong.
That eventually.
No. Sorry.
Upstate Cheltean.
Let's see. They look like they have small bites all over their bodies.
Small, as in like the
Insect
size.
bites.
What about the size of like those little things over there? Like,
No.
think
More
those
you
things have
recognize
mouths.
you recognize these as insect bites. Now, Monto's the only one who said he put on the solve. Yes?
yeah.
Yeah.
I need you all, except Monto, to make Constitution saving throws. Oh, actually, no, you don't. You don't, because it's raining. Sorry.
These guys must have gotten really unlucky then, because it was raining too. How
But it
old
was-
do
We
they look?
didn't go into
But
the dungeon.
But
Yeah.
it wasn't raining
Using my
yesterday.
advanced medical skills, do I know when rigor mortis set?
No. No. We make a medicine check.
That was a waste of a control.
Looking over them, it looks like they must have died maybe a couple of hours ago, if that. It looks like they were on their way back to Port Nyanzaru to seek help for whatever ailment afflicted them, and it just claimed another victim.
Alright.
Another body to add to the countless that litter the floors of the jungles of Chult. Do you search the bodies?
Well, were they searched already?
I mean, no.
Are there signs of
died
looting?
only a few hours ago. These are relatively... I mean, on one side, it's disrespecting the dead, but on the other side, you know, they'll be even more disrespected when someone brings them back to life to go murder the townsfolk.
Andro, do you want to help me bury them?
As you're kind of going over them and kind of going over their clothing and stuff like that, you find a 50-day supply of preserved rations,
Oh, baby.
a 2-person tent, and 2 healers kits.
Oh, baby.
I'm taking one of the healer's kits. What about their weapons? I would like those, as the raw metals are more valuable to me than their actual condition.
You find they look like they were mostly carrying daggers.
The daggers are good enough.
I like that.
12 daggers.
That's a lot of daggers.
That's what you find.
These rogues
Your
weren't
first-
dashing enough.
Your first forays into the jungles of Chult have seen death already. And in the distance, way, way off,
Why didn't you do that yourself?
because I found this and it was better.
No, it's
No.
okay. You can extract your
And
ore from
that's-
the last thing.
And that's where I'll close it for today. Oh, unless you guys want to go on more. Do you want to go on more?
Can we bury the guys first, please?
Sure. I don't know if you guys have plans after 6.
They're not
I
having
mean-
bug repellent.
Well, obviously not, but I guess.
Well, no,
they all-
you say obviously not. We didn't put it on and we had some.
Yes. They would have had money too, but I don't. I mean, I guess it's raw metal technically, but
You don't know why they
Are
were
there-
out here at all, so...
I'm not looking
Yeah.
for the money.
Are there any notes or books or mission states or anything?
Nothing you can find. It looks like they were just explorers, probably traveling somewhere nearby, maybe to the mine nearby, but you're not sure. There's not enough stuff on them to work that out. That's another faceless death within the jungles.
Are their faces preserved enough to, like...
But
Can I make a sketch of the people?
Make a performance check, I think. Or
That
you can
would
do
be
straight,
like-
or you can do straight dexterity if you'd like. Rather, I would say performance.
probably
is-
use dexterity. Like,
Fair enough.
Just, yeah.
You create. You're in the rain. So
Well, I'm underneath the parasol.
okay, so you're underneath the rain
you
catcher.
create a perfect sketch and it slightly smears to
Yeah,
the rain.
there's a slightly
Still
smear.
recognizable.
It's a passable sketch. You might be able to identify them later on.
That was the point. I'll record what they look like and where we found them and their conditions.
Okay, so you make the note of that.
And then I'll ask Ungar? Udru? What was her name?
Undril.
Undril. Help me bury them.
Of course. She helps
And I
you.
will be back in 1 minute. Hold on.
She helps you.
I'm gonna weigh in and help dig with Mark and Andrel.
Okay, so between the three of you, you make short work of burying the bodies. It's getting late and the skies are turning darker now. You did travel nearly 20 miles, so...
Oh yeah, I highly recommend everyone use whatever anti-bug measures they have.
Oh, I'll put some on when the rain starts lifting up.
It's waterproof.
Yeah, but it's a waste. It's all about that precise monetary saving.
That's fine.
We're very poor here, Jonathan. Joseph. Joseph.
And Jonathan's my father.
Is it?
It is now.
Well, it is now. Right, Monto, Jonathan, father. Cool. Okay. So did you guys want to continue or not?
I don't mind.
I don't mind.
Eric?
I have stuff like around 6:30ish.
Oh, you dare link.
But like, we're getting ready for that, so I can go a bit longer, just not like ages.
We'll go into the start of the next day and see where we get.
I'm gonna put this in not safe for work. It's making me laugh way too much.
Oh dear.
What's she eating?
Oh yeah, after we crossed the bridge, I said I'd have the umbrella thing open. I assume while we dig, I can just plant it in the ground.
Right now, yeah. It will fill up to a maximum of 8 gallons, though.
I mean, that's fair. I mean, that's where we need it to be.
So it
How many
fills up.
gallons does everyone need to drink again? 2?
2. So
So
you
that's
can...
good.
Yeah, you can fill up... Yeah, but there are 5 of you.
Well, it's their fault if they didn't bring their own water after asking us to come. Or their
I'm
way
back.
of getting
Sorry
it.
for that.
I'll say would she be smart enough to bring a
We
rain
asked if
catcher?
she had supplies.
Yeah, so she probably would. She'd
Yeah.
probably have. She would probably guide in.
Because I'm
eventually
like,
she has
that'd
her
be
own rain
incredibly
catcher.
selfish to be like, hey, you got any food or water after I asked you to come into the dangerous jungle? It's like, come on.
So she has her own rain catcher out, and it's filling up as well. And she's kind of taking a drink as you go along. And as it's getting dark, what are you guys doing? You now have a 2-person tent.
Well, we've got two-person tents now. I've got one too.
Okay. She has her own as well, so more enough tents for all of you. You gonna try and like go into the jungle proper? Because right now you're kind of in a clearing where there's like it's not jungle, it's more open air, where there's just like kind of grasslands before it becomes the jungle proper. Do you want to go into the jungle so that you can get out of the rain, or do you want to just bed down here?
I don't mind the rain. What time of the day is it?
It's getting
I
late
also don't
into
mind
evening.
the rain.
You've been traveling
I'm a
for
late,
about
late.
20 months. Late. About 7, 8 o'clock, something like that. You've been traveling most of the day.
Where are we? Let me just put it
You
in a
are
circle. We're
here. You crossed.
How far away is that mine on the map?
That's another 10 miles. You can see just about the outline of the rocks in the distance. The grasslands below you are just matted down with rain now.
I think
I'm
it's
okay
better
with
to
camping
slide
out
down
more.
towards the grasslands, yeah.
So you're just gonna stay in the grasslands to bed down for the night. Okay. So you,
I'm gonna roll survival and see if I can find any wood and stuff kindling.
okay.
It's a 4, so probably not 5.
You search around,
hell.
looking around, looking for anything you can find.
See if we can get some wood for a little campfire or something. Smoke will probably drive bugs away.
Well,
you
that's
do
a
have
good idea.
you do have the burnable thing, the candle.
Yeah.
What
Yeah,
have you
but
got?
like it's raining, so I don't know how we're gonna set up a fire. I haven't camped much before.
You might just have to do it without it.
Oh, come on, guys. Have you never started a fire?
We got tinder
Must
boxes, so we can start a fire anyway.
I'm looking at him with eyes of disdain. This is-
But don't look at me that way. You're the one that was making a problem out of it.
Okay. So you.
One's gonna run around and rummage
How-
for things as well.
How are you gonna? Oh, sorry. How are you gonna start a fire? It's pissing it rain.
So you
I'm
find some
gonna
wood,
find
and
wood.
then you split it open, and we use some shavings, bits of lint from my pockets. I can
Okay.
get really anal. I read a
but
Reddit thread this morning on how to start a fire when it's raining.
Yeah, but
like, ah! But my character wouldn't know.
yeah, but like,
Mark does.
how do you?
would.
You need to
I'm
cover the
relaxed.
fire.
I know how to
You need to
make
cover the
fire.
fire somehow. Or do you not need to?
Use- Use Mark's umbrella.
Okay, so you use Mark's umbrella
Oh my god.
to kind of cover it
It'll
from the
be
rain.
sizzling every now and then because there's a hole in it, apparently.
It's very.
No, it actually
tiny.
it lets it lets the smoke out. Little tiny trail. So you light this fire. You set up your campsite around it, and you kind of camp down and bed down for the night. Who's taking first watch?
I'll do
Oh,
it.
well,
Alright.
I'll stay out with you. We can have a chat.
Yeah, cool.
So.
I was waiting for that.
Thank you.
No, so everyone
I
else.
was like, we can have a chat, and then there was a dice roll. I was like,
Yeah, I was waiting on something.
Yeah,
where did
everyone.
you,
Everyone
do
beds
your
down.
training? Where did you do your training?
My bedroom.
Oh, you're
Uh,
not like schooled?
I had a sort of benefactor, I suppose. I was sent books. My family's not rich enough to afford places in an academy or anything. I just was lucky enough to be stumbled upon, I suppose.
Where are you from?
Just a small town near the Ravenswood. Mostly farms, villages. My family owned a farm there. And yourself?
Just fuck me, I can't remember where I'm from.
Hell, like all of the rest of you team.
Or you from Blackor? Or is that just a place you study?
It's just
So,
you hear Joseph's voice from behind us going, "It's from Black Hawk." Yeah, I've been there my whole life. It's to the west. There's a academy there of magical, like creative design kind of thing.
Is that where you learn to make the gun, as you call it? Was that right?
Yes, it's called a gun. I like to nickname my creations. This is called
Does it have? It has a name then.
Yes, I call it Shangri Aru.
It's a pretty catchy name.
It's a bit hard to say, but you know, it's more of a personal thing. Kind of made it there. I mean, the ideas were formed and stuff, but this one I made when I left the academy.
How come you left? If you were making progress,
Oh, I completed my education.
oh, but fair enough. That's something I didn't actually manage to do.
Oh,
I was sent books, but one day they just sort of stopped.
you know why?
Uh, uh, there was a message that he'd gone off, and well, he said that he was attempting to stop the very curse that they've been going on about since we got here. He's sort of the reason I started traveling, but it was easily learned that just one man wasn't going to get anywhere as I was making my way around. I managed to help a few villagers, but my travels included probably more fleeing than anything else.
Nicholas, as you're
Yes?
talking to Alduus, make a perception check.
Motherfuck. Yeah, boy!
What's it?
19 plus 1, 20. Not nat.
You notice that Alduus' skin is turning green
In the water, or as he's talking? Or just
as he's talking. It's
unrelated.
slowly turning a
Slowly
shade of
becoming
green.
an
He's
ogre.
actually turning the same shade of green as the ground underneath him. And then a little boil goes boop, and pops on his nose.
Did I feel that?
And because of your high perception, you hear a small. It doesn't pop. It just goes. It's like it appeared.
I held up my hand to shush him. And there's something out here.
I don't hear anything.
Look at your hands.
The green fades. As soon as you tell him to look at his hands, the green just goes and disappears.
They look like my hands, Nicholas.
Precisely.
Nicholas.
I
No. Alduus, make me a perception check.
one sec. Fuck, where's I? There we go. 20.
As you're speaking to Nicholas, and he's telling you to shush and telling you to look at your hands, you look at his hands. His are turning a bright shade of green.
Are you sure you should... I mean, my hands look normal, but yours don't exactly look that great.
The second you go,
Are they-
the second
are they
he
green?
goes, the second he goes, you go to look.
I don't look. I don't go to look.
Okay.
I just... Are they green?
They're pretty fucking green.
You also hear
What
slightly.
yours were.
You also hear.
Do you hear that? The little... Like a little hoot laugh sound?
Yeah, like something's fucking with us.
And then, Alduus, you turn red. So only Nicholas sees the red. And
Mark!
then you just hear.
What's it done now? What happened to me now?
Mark!
And then,
Fuck!
and then appearing in front of you is a small, Hold on. What looks like a dragon, but very
Did
tiny.
you not know the way?
And with small fairy-like wings. Yeah, I love their handouts for these. Like that.
Oh, it's
Small
hideous.
fairy-like wings.
I think it looks adorable.
And you're realizing now, its mouth isn't moving. It's actually just the laugh is in your mind. You are good sports. You did not get angry. Answer questions 3, I shall.
Beg your pardon?
That's a question.
I said I'd answer questions. Yes, it does. As does that.
Well, no, I wasn't asking you that question. You can't answer other people's questions.
The first one. Fair enough. The first one counts. It's question. 2
First one
questions.
does. I'll agree to that as well.
2 questions. 2 questions. I know many things. Many things.
Alice is just sort of keeping his mouth shut and
It's flying. Like little tiny
Come
particles seem to
inside
be.
the tent. Mark yells out,
Reach
"What is
into my
it?"
pocket. It's nothing, Mark. It was a joke. You missed the punchline. I reach in, I pull out my map, unfurl it underneath like the cover of the umbrella, and go.
Nice map. Nice map.
Thank you.
Yeah,
That's more of a direction.
Yes. Yes.
I was about to ask you a question.
You learned. Very good.
Thank you. What's your name?
My name? Name? You cannot make it. You cannot sound it. Not beyond you. Too far. I will answer names.
That's not a very good answer.
No. Name is Xerax. One question.
Relax.
One question. I know many things. What would you like to know? You are good sports. Must answer questions.
out of character. What did you ask him, Dean?
I asked him its name.
It's moving its head back and forth. Its little shimmering scales kind of glinting in the moonlight and the firelight.
Your
What's the origin of the death
No.
curse?
Two
What's the
questions.
ori- What's the origin of the death curse?
Good question. I cannot answer, or I do not know. Which you will have to decide for yourself. Which is truth and which is false.
We still get another question then if you can't answer it.
Yes. I will give you one more. Question I cannot
That one-
answer.
Didn't count, right?
No, that one did not count. I am mischievous, but not funfair. And you were
What
good
was
sports.
the name of your benefactor?
My
Aldous?
benefactor.
My benefactor?
Yes, you say that you're looking for him. Or her.
It's a him. His
Could
name.
perchance we ask if they're alive, if that is your concern. Or where they are, if that is more of your concern.
I'd settle for knowing he's alive.
Where's your benefactor? Who would you like to know?
Is Elias Vale alive? Will I find him?
Elias Vale. What does he look like? You humans have silly names. Creatures.
He looks sort of like a He's a gypsy-looking type. He stepped out of a carnival. He's sort of got to look the part. I don't know exactly what he looks like when he's adventuring, but quite the showman in his time.
He should be here on this island, potentially. Or peninsula.
Gypsy tricksters, gypsies. Orbor, you need to go to Orbor. Your questions are up, though.
Oh,
Disappears.
Obu?
Oh, moo.
Omu.
oh, moo.
And it's only now that he's gone, you realize you could have asked where the Lost City was.
No, I thought that, but I didn't know how to ask it without him fucking with me.
Yeah.
Because I was gonna say, can you tell me where the Lost City is? And he would go, yes.
Yeah, or he'd say it's lost.
You could have asked where on this map resides the Lost City.
Yeah, I know, but then he could have just, like... That one was good. I was trying to think of, like, point me to the map, but that's a direction rather than a question, and I couldn't think of that, so... But,
Okay.
I got his name, and names are good.
Mm-hmm. He's gone, though.
He's-
Should we call it there,
Are
then?
we normal colours again?
Hey, I want to have my
Yeah.
downtime produced, unless you're gonna spawn an enemy.
Okay, I can, yeah. So the rest of your section of the watch is without incident. You reflect back on the strange occurrence of the fairy dragon, and you ever so often check your hands to see that they're the color they're supposed to be, and everything seems to be normal. And you kind of wonder maybe if you actually imagined some of it. But your watch ends, and you wake up the next two people to take the watch. So, Mark and Joseph, you're awakened.
Yeah.
You're gonna have
So
a
the
chat.
The first thing I want to do is go over to my rain catcher and cast Purify Food and Drink on it to make sure the water's not like I don't know how clean rainwater is here.
It looks pretty clean, but you cast it anyways.
Yeah.
The light from your hand shimmers slightly, and the rainwater inside. It's like a clear container. You can see inside shimmers with tiny little
It like
flecks.
boils a little bit.
Yeah, and then and then cools instantly again.
Yeah.
The two of you are in the rain, the dark, looking out across the rivers and the jungles and the sea and the bay, down to the city of Port Nyanzaru. Lights a flicker in the dark distance, in the
It
dark.
looks beautiful tonight.
As you're talking, the rain begins to subside.
Yeah. As it subsides, I'm gonna take this opportunity to be able to pull out my journal again and start working on this design, because as useful as this rain catcher is, not being able to move around while it's collecting water is kind of a hindrance. I'm working on a portable prototype.
Make me an intelligence check.
Actually, if I can describe how I would make it work, can I have advantage?
Yeah, go ahead. Describe it.
It would be a portable version where the tube that is in the umbrella would feed down into like a backpack system. You would have to hold the umbrella slightly above the backpack, just where it collects, so that I don't know what that physics term is, but it would be pulled into the backpack to collect said water. And it obviously would have to be smaller, the umbrella, so it wouldn't collect as fast, but you could move while doing
Like-
it, making
like an
travel
upside down-
easier. Like the
upside down
upside down
umbrella
umbrella,
hat.
yeah. Not like a hat. I mean,
He needs
it
to.
could be a hat.
He would still need to hold it.
Line of the beer hat.
Okay. Yeah, you can cobble together the necessary parts and components to make a working prototype. Make an intelligence check, and I'll give you advantage.
Yeah. Helps a little bit.
That's a save.
That is a save, but your save
That
is
is a
0
save.
anyways. But yours is 0 anyways, so I expect
Yeah.
it's the same, so that's fine.
What are you drawing, Joseph?
You're drawing it out. You can't seem to get it
I need to be
quite right. Cool. You can't seem to get it quite right. You're not having the greatest of luck as you kind of like make this out. Two of you make perception checks as you're watching.
Sheltian technology is a bit odd.
Okay. Mark, you don't notice anything. You're kind of too busy watching the rain as it drips into puddles around you, forming small little pools. You notice small insects begin to crawl into them and kind of begin to make small mating ponds inside of them. But Joseph, you're looking up and kind of watching the skies as well, because you're aware that
Yeah,
there are
it's
a
like
lot
as
of
I go
flying
to
creatures.
scratch my head thinking about the design.
You see a flight of like eagle-headed people, large feathered wings as they fly through the night, leather armor and large spears as they fly ahead above you.
Oh. Noting the bugs in the water, though, I should probably light a little bit of that incense.
So you take a candle out and the incense
Just a little bit.
smell
For the-
begins to waft into the areas of the camp. The Aarakocra fly above you, unnoticed.
No,
Don't
how
notice
much
you.
do I know about Eric Croca?
Make a history check. You know they are a race of peoples that don't really have much of a home anymore. Some say they used to live in Chult, and that their homes were in the mountains here. Others say that they originate some far-flung section of the plane of elemental air, and that they still have a city there. But the ones that are here and are more wanderers. And they fly off into the skies, into the mountains, and out of sight.
Which mountain?
They fly this way. So, and then
So somewhere in the...
they're in the Mist Cliff Mountains. They seem
North.
to fly off over that direction.
Alright. That's cool.
Cool. The rest of your watch ends without incident. And dawn breaks over the water. You're greeted to a beautiful sight of a sunrise. And the rain stops.
I mentioned to everyone that we should get that insect repellent on before we leave.
Okay. We're gonna stop it there, because it's a good time to stop, because you've kind of like got a long rest, you kind of given things, and you wake up in the jungle the next day. Cool. Thank you everyone. Thank you everyone for watching. We hope to continue to do these going forward. Sorry it was a late start, but we got there. And see you next week.
Bye.
Bye.